Hello, Gemini. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration here at the home of the Lightworkers. So welcome home. And here at this channel, we help you lead a spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful and prosperous life. And today we are going to be doing your mid-month August 2020 reading. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, it's a general read, Sun, Moon, and Rising, mid-month August 2020. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the tarot. Here we go. Let me just get my little kimono together. So we're going to be using some oracle cards like I typically do before any reading. We pull some oracle and we pull some regular tarot. And here I have The Soul's Journey by James Van Praagh. Let me move this out of the way. And so we're going to pull 3 of these oracle cards to get the overall energy. I know, as we're winding down to the end of the month, and this is valid till the end of the month here, as we're winding down here and coming into September, times are getting a little weird and wonky, aren't they? They just get a little strange. So, there's a lot of unrest and just a lot of crazy thought. I feel like the thought realm and the communication realm is just not good right now. And there's a number of other reasons for that. We could talk about that soon. But our first card we have is regret. I know I cannot change the past. This regret card has been coming up a lot. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that we do have the majors, like the big boys, major planets, influential planets for a generation in retrograde. We have Uranus that just went into retrograde in Taurus. We have Mars in retrograde in Aries. We have Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in retrograde in Capricorn. So there's a lot, and Neptune in Pisces. There's not many direct, we just have Venus direct, Mercury direct, unless I'm missing one. Those are the only 2 that are direct. Everybody else is retrograde. That's a lot of replaying and reviewing things in our brain that's going on right now. So I'm not surprised that that's coming up for the end of the month. The next card I have is fear. I realize I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Let me read that again. Fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. This is some heavy energy for my Geminis. Let me get one more card for y'all. One more card for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please, one more card for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you. Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Gemini, listen, there's a lot of replay, redo, rethink, we're rewinding, and we have some opportunities to change some things, to rewrite history. That's probably, or rewrite our future, because our future was going to be one way, and now we have an opportunity to rewrite it and change it. So let's not take that for granted, right? And let's really take that and run with it. You cannot change the past. You can review the past and then bring it forward into the present so that you can change the future and you don't repeat the same mistakes of the past. You don't repeat the same boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? You don't repeat the same rewinding. You don't repeat the same. It's not repetitive. It's not repetitive. And it's important that we understand that looking at the past and examining it, and also then looking at it objectively, though, and not with guilt and shame, and you know what I'm saying? But look at it okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? How am I supposed to integrate this information? How can I elevate? How can I heal? All of these things. This is what the past is meant to do. and understand that the past is trapped in the third dimension, right? It's trapped below time, the fourth dimension. It can't come forward and hurt you unless you allow that energy to replay in your life over and over again. So you can't change the past. You can review it, and we can take from it what we should and heal the rest. Fear, this is a really interesting card. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. You're having to make some really big choices right now. Am I going to live in the past, or am I going to live in love in the future? Am I going to forgive and move on, and mainly forgive myself, some of you? Or am I going to remain in anger and frustration and hurt and pain and shame? You are the only one that can choose to live in love and not in fear. And that's being challenged, because a lot of these things, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, haven't, like, it didn't work. The plans didn't work. The plans didn't work. And now we're having to redo the plan. It's not cool. And I know that's difficult. And now there's this regret, right? There's that regret word. There's that, if I only had made this choice, if I had only made that choice. Understand, though, that you made the choices you made at the moment you made them with the information you had at that time. Now, that's not excusing you from the accountability of making the choices, but it's allowing yourself to have compassion for yourself, to understand why you made the choices. You only made the choice that you could make with the information you had. And if there was a little intuitive that said, no, don't do it, and you blew past it and made that choice anyway, you still got to forgive yourself. You still can't live in fear that you're not going to hear the next time, because now you've heard the voice and you know the voice. You know your higher self. You know what that intuitive feeling is. You know what that intuitive message is. And now you're going to go and operate in it, right? So don't get that down on yourself that you can't further operate anymore. And then we have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And that's really what I'm saying, right? Is that you love yourself enough to bring yourself back into balance and stop judging good, bad, or indifferent, but it just is what it is. Excuse me. It just is what it is. That's interesting to me, though. Somebody was saying that, and they're like, like the goddess Isis is what it is. We have to learn to integrate the shadow so that the duality doesn't beat us over the head. Neither good nor bad. Regret, and that's the Page of Pentacles to clarify that. So I feel like there's been some choices you've made with your friends, choices of friends, not getting rid of friends, I should say getting rid of, that's rude, not moving away from certain friends that have caused you some pain and suffering, and you regret not making the move faster. Maybe you've had some friends or some confidants warn you and you didn't heed the warning. It could be that. Fear, the Star card, I think some of you are fearful of success. Some of you are fearful of the very manifestation of success, and you're self-sabotaging. What's really going to bring you the greatest happiness? And some of you might not feel that you deserve success. Some of you might feel that you deserve to get what you're getting right now, and it's not about that. It's about growing. I mean, if you did not do these things for malicious reasons, this is really about growing. This is not about whether or not you deserve it, don't deserve it, they deserved it, don't deserve it. It's not about that at all. It's about what your higher self, your purpose, your plan. It's about being that light beacon, being that light worker, and moving forward in all of that. And finally, that's what it's about. So stop with the, I don't deserve it. Just cut it out. That's not going to get you anywhere but pain and suffering. And then finally, we have the Four of Wands to clarify balance. This is saying live in that 11:11 moment. Move to the 11:11. Move to the purpose. Come into balance, because you cannot succeed and move forward if you do not balance these energies. Get your chakras balanced. Release regret. Release fear, release guilt, love yourself, have the compassion for yourself, and begin to understand why we made the choices that we made. Because I'll tell you, a lot of times what happens is we make choices based upon historical information, right? So our brain, our third dimensional brain, takes all of this information of all of our lifetime, and dare I say some past lifetimes as well, and churns it, the great computer that it is, and comes up with all the logical choices to make. And it's going to come up with choices that it feels are going to keep you safe. It doesn't always work like that, but it can only be based upon the information it has, which is the past. It is not the future. And if we've not, got our chakras in alignment, or we're still working with energetic injury, then the further issue, right, is that we don't have the energetic force field, if you will, to be able to override it. The energetic ability to override what the third dimension is saying. The higher self is like, yeah, well, maybe they're right. Because your cells are even attracting in, right, the thing that it's going to keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So this is why we can't live in the past. This is why we have to let the past go. This is why we have to face the past objectively and say, what am I to get out of this? And then what am I to integrate, and what am I to move forward? And then we, don't live in fear that we're going to continue to make the same mistake. And then we bring ourselves into balance. This is why this is very important to do this work. Gemini, thanks so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Hey, listen, if you want to work with me, just go to my website, heartofinspiration.net. If you wish to book a reading or a Reiki session, astrological chart, whatnot. Thanks, Gemini, for being here. I so appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And hit that bell button, and make sure you hit it so that you get all of my notifications and that your notifications are turned on. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you so much. Namaste. Bye-bye.